Yo, what is up guys? Anubhav here. Welcome back to a brand new video here on the channel. In today's video, we're talking about 5 things why you should not buy the new LG Wing even if you're getting it at a discounted price of 30,000 Indian rupees. With that said, let's not waste any time. Be sure to drop a like, subscribe to the channel, and let's get started. Alright guys, so the first thing that I want to talk about is the refresh rate. Now straight up, everybody knows this, while the LG Wing has a pretty good 1080p OLED display, the fact of the matter is because of the swiveling screen and whatnot, it's still running on a 60Hz panel. And even though 60Hz panel does not mean the end of the world, somehow, some way using it on this phone, it just feels unbelievably clunky and slow to me. Now this could be because of the delayed animations. Whenever you flip the screen, the animation takes a while before it can actually kick in. It could be these things, but I honestly feel like the phone is very slow for the kind of phone that you're buying it for. And even though you're getting this at around 30,000 here in India from Flipkart, I can name a lot of phones from other manufacturers like Realme, which have 120Hz AMOLED 1080p display at this price point. And you know, in 2021, if you're going to be buying a new phone, it just doesn't feel like, you know, 60Hz is the way to go. At least 90Hz has become the norm now on. So in case you want a high refresh rate on a phone, I would, you know, avoid the LG Wing. With that said, let's go to the second point, which is again something that borrows itself and happens because of the slow refresh rate, and that is the performance and the general fluidity of the phone. Now keep in mind, this has a 765G, which is not really a top of the line Snapdragon processor. However, I really haven't faced any lags or app crashes or things like that, but the day-to-day feel of the phone, you know, when you use a phone, you feel the touchscreen and you feel it gliding. Something that you're going to buy in 2021, this phone again just does not feel, you know, that smooth, whether it is because of delayed animations or because of LG not being able to polish, you know, the swiveling thing and everything, because this is a first generation product, or maybe it's because of the slow refresh rate. Everything just adds to it. I even went into developer settings and did it the old school way, you know, reduced the speed of the animations from 1x to 0.5x, and now the phone seems pretty usable. But right out of the box, I mean, the animation speeds, everything just seems very clunky and slow and old, and you know, something that would still be in beta testing. So yeah, once again, number one, no high refresh rate. Number two, a pretty clunky experience, even though it has 8 gigs of RAM and a pretty capable, you know, processor. Alright, the third point why you should not consider the LG Wing in case you are planning to pick it up is them cameras. Now the LG Wing has a triple camera setup, as you guys can see, and while the cameras are okay and just above average when you give them enough light when you're shooting in super bright conditions, low light images of this camera just seems subpar. Once again, there are phones like the Pixel 4a that will really give you a bang for your buck at this price point when it comes to taking cameras of choice. But because the highlight of this phone is this, and there is that inbuilt gimbal mode that I will be talking about later, it just feels like LG, you know, sort of didn't really work a lot on the camera. At least in my testing, I feel like the cameras were very lackluster and could do with a lot of improvement. So that's that. Pretty average camera. So if you're looking for a phone in this price point that will have a very good camera, this is definitely a one to avoid. At number 4, we've got app support for the swiveling screen and lack of actual use case scenarios. Now, if you're gonna buy this phone, chances are you're gonna be talking to people about how this phone can literally flip and do this. And while this looks really cool on paper, the fact of the matter is there is not really a bunch of stuff that you can do with it. Yes, you can, you know, play Asphalt 8 whenever you want to while reversing the screen and, you know, flipping it like this. But then again, let me tell you, that is also highly uncomfortable because this is very thin, as I said in my impressions video. So holding the phone like this while you're gaming doesn't really give it a very secure feel. And you know, that is what I'm talking about. There's just a handful of applications like, you know, LG's camera app that lets you use that gimbal mode. There is Asphalt 9, which is obviously a proper, you know, phone application that lets you make use of that second mini screen. There are just a few applications that are actually making use of this feature that you have on your phone, and I just feel like if you're not gonna be, you know, using the swiveling screen, you might as well spend that 30,000 on something that will actually give you and fulfill your requirements and give you what you need. This just feels like a waste of money unless you have a proper use case scenario for this, and you know, you've figured out how you're going to use these two screens, or you're someone like me who likes to review phones, who likes to have cool stuff and you just want to show off to your friends, I think then this could be justified as a good purchase. But honestly, not a lot of actual use case scenarios in real life, especially here in India, for a phone like this. It just looks cool. So if you're someone who wants the best bang for their buck, the best productivity out of the phone that you buy, this is definitely not the phone for you. Which brings me to my final point of why you should not buy the LG Wing, which is of course the fact that LG has officially quit the smartphone production market. Now, of course, there are two things to keep in mind when you're considering to buy the LG Wing. Number one, this phone is from a company that is no longer actively going to be making smartphones. So if you're okay with that, that is a completely different thing. And number two, Android updates. Now, as of filming this video, today is the 30th of April. This phone is still running on Android 10. Now, of course, the guys over at LG did announce and promise that this phone is gonna get updates till the Android 13. However, there is no specific date released yet. The phone still hasn't received an update to Android 11 as of now. And as I said, we are well into mid 2021. There are phones that come shipped with Android 11 right out of the box. So just something to keep in mind, because again, whatever happens in the future is not something that you should consider right now. You should, buy the phone for what it is. And yeah, I just feel like this is like a pretty clunky statement to say that it will receive the update but then not releasing an actual date. But then again, I could be wrong. We'll see in the future. But as of now, this phone still runs on Android 10. And that is pretty much it. These are my 5 reasons why you might want to avoid the LG Wing even if you get it at a discounted price of 30,000 Indian INR. If this video helped you and you enjoyed it, feel free to drop a like, subscribe to the channel. With that said, this is Anubhav signing out. I'll catch you guys next time. Until then, you guys have a great day. Stay safe. Peace out.